Everyone, Andy here, and today I'm back in the Able City Burbank office, and I've just shot some footage on the Sony F55 in both RAW on the Access media card here, and an HD at the same time. Here in good old S cards. So I set the camera up to record the same clips in both places, one in HD, one in RAW, and now I want to show you a basic workflow for getting all that material into your computer, edit in HD, and then match back to the 4K RAW material for finishing purposes. So this is basically an offline, online workflow using just the cards produced from the camera. So today I'll be using Final Cut 7 just because it's easy to access for me. Or you can use Final Cut 10, Adobe Premiere, Avid, of course, to do the editing purposes, and then I'll use the matching back process will be done in DaVinci Resolve, but again, you can use any major color grading application there. To read the cards, I'll go ahead and use a Sony Echo for my, which is a Thunderbolt reader for my S card here. It's the fast reader. And I'll use the CR1 here, which is a USB 3 dock for the Access card. Put those two together, and let's go check out the results on my computer. Okay, here we are on my computer, and you can see here I have attached an S card and my Access card. The S card has this XD root structure with a clip folder in it. Here's all my clips. And the Cine root has the same basic structure: Cine root, then clip, and then my clips. The last four clips here on both cards, the ones I just shot, 15, 16, 17, 18, and again you can see them here on the other card, on the S card, 15, 16. 17, 18. So I have the matching MXF files with the same name. Now, in the current build of the F55 and the F5, the naming convention, if you want them to match between the R5 and the camera, has to be this clip and then a number type name. So the clips are all named just a basic clip number scenario. This is a little limiting at the moment, but you will see an updated version of the firmware and the camera enabling a better naming convention. So, but again, I have both clips here, both cards here with the same clip name, so very nice option. Okay, so go ahead and download those, which I've already done, to my internal hard drive here, and then let's go ahead and bring them into Final Cut Pro. So launch Final Cut Pro, and oh look, I already did it. So here they are, Final Cut Pro. My clips 15, 16, 17, and 18 are all brought in, and I've already put together a really basic timeline. Here is a timeline with some fades. This is Grady, one of our technicians, checking in an F55, believe it or not, there on his bench from a rental job. So there he is doing the job. Checking the viewfinder, etc. And I just put this timeline together, 3 shots here with some basic fades. And this is just the HD content that I shot from the camera on the S cards. But do note that there are crop lines or letterboxing that's happened here on the camera. That's because the camera in the RAW mode is recording 4096 by 2160. That's the 4K resolution of the camera, which is basically a 17 by 9 aspect ratio. So when we put it into an HD wrapper like this, we're actually seeing it letterboxed in there. So this is normal, what you're seeing here. Of course, you could always just zoom in a little bit to get rid of that for HD finishing if you wanted. So, but we're going to go back to the 4K, so well, this is fine for this step, great for proxy offline workflow. So there it is, the material is all there, it's all good, has audio. And then in the next step, will be to send that material to DaVinci Resolve. And for us to do that, we're going to just say File, Export, XML. Like that. Say OK. And then we'll go ahead and save this to my desktop as an XML file, just like that. Now I could do the same basic thing with the timeline and NLE, Final Cut 10, OB, Avid, etc., and export an EDL, an AIF, etc. Those would all work as well in the same process. So now that I have that file on my desktop, I'm going to go ahead and launch DaVinci Resolve and bring this material in. So I'll go. So Resolve is loading up. I'll go ahead and enter a project. I'm going to make a new project here, and I'll call it F55 Prep. Select the timeline. Here it is. I'll go ahead and configure this like so, and make it a 4K project, because I want to take my HD material off the timeline and generate a 4K finish. So I'll go ahead and make this 4K. You can do this in a different step if you want to, but I just want to type it in here. The default, by the way, for 4K film is a different aspect ratio, 4096 by 3112. Change this to 2160, 49.6 by 2160, and set my everything else to 24 frames. This is fine. You could actually put it at 2398 if you wanted to here, but again, when I bring that timeline in, it will the XML file, it will adjust that for me. So we'll go ahead and just say apply. That's fine, and out of here and enter into my project. Now, the trick with Resolve here is that I want to, before I bring my timeline in to Resolve, I want to import my raw clips directly into the media pool. So all my raw material that I'm going to match to off the HD timeline, I want to go ahead and bring in. So I have all that raw material downloaded here, so I'll go ahead and then bring it in. This folder. 55, here it is, Sony root, clips, and it's 15, 16, 17, you can see, 15, 16, 17, and 18, there they are, all inside here. Now this is my raw material. As you can see here, there's a 49.6 by 2160 timeline. And it's raw data 23976. Very nice. So we have the media ready. Now let's go to the Conform tab here. There's the next tab over to bring in our timeline. So to do that, up here in the timelines area, you'll see I have that master timeline, which is the default timeline that comes with the project. But here I'm going to choose right-click and import XML. And that XML file that I made a minute ago is on my desktop here, F55 Prep. Open it up. And then from here I can choose to do a couple of things. The default timeline I'm bringing in is the F55 Prep timeline that I made in Final Cut. And I'll go ahead and leave the timeline name the same. And then here's two important options, right? So I want to bring in this and then adjust my timeline settings to be basically the same as I had in Final Cut. That's a good thing. What I don't want to do is bring in the source material. That's the second option there. Automatically import source clips. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that, because that means that if I did that, it would automatically link to those files directly. Instead, what I want Resolve to do is link to the raw files that I brought in a minute ago. And in fact, when I hit OK here, it'll do just that. One more thing before I say OK though, set my timeline resolution to 49.6 by 2160, again to get that 4K online if I wanted it. There you go. Set that way. And when I hit OK, things should go well. OK. Here's my new timeline. And down here you can see there is my 4K timeline, complete with transitions, right from Final Cut, just like that. So very nice. From there, I can go to color and make adjustments. This is the raw data. You can tell if I come down here, this is the raw icon here. I can see down here, this is F55 or Sony raw data. And I can choose from here to adjust, to different modes. That's gamut, 709, P3, S-Log2 if I wanted to see that, etc. I can then apply LUTs if I wanted to. On top, I did load in the new Sony LUTs here, so I can apply these LUTs if I wanted to any one of these clips, just like so. Do all the coloring I like, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and just dump this straight out into a ProRes 4K file for delivery. It's just for my purposes. Of course, you could do any number of exports, DPX, etc. So go to Deliver tab here, and I'll choose the export as being ProRes 444. Let's say 49.6 export. Export as a single clip. I'm going to choose to export this to my hard drive here. I'll put this there, okay. And go ahead and render the audio. There is audio associated with the raw data in this case, so it has it there. And that's all I need to do. Add the job. I need to be careful. And start rendering. So there it is, my 4K timeline from my HD edit. You notice also no more letterboxing because it is the full 17:9. There it is all together. Very simple, resolved workflow with Final Cut 7. Again, you can repeat Final Cut 10, Adobe, Avid, other color grading applications the same basic way. So it's just that easy. Try it for yourself. This will also work, by the way, with the F5 and as well as the 55. It's a really nice option. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.